if you want to see what the training experience looked like from the teacher's perspective and with our PLUFs working with them. But what will speak more powerfully than that video will probably be Joy Hesman, who teaches at Northwest Middle School, and she'd like to share with you a teacher perspective on where we're at in this implementation.
Thank you, Dr. Henry, and good evening, board members. In my 17 years of teaching in Guilford County, I have to say this is the most exciting initiative I've ever been a part of. And we see so many initiatives come and go, and with a new name or a new face, just packaged a different way, but this really feels like the first of its kind, and it's kind of like history in the making. And I don't think I really realized this until day one training, and it was all about getting to know the tablet, some of its basic capabilities and functions, and at the end, I have to say, I was brain dead. I went home in a fog of, I had so many questions, and how am I going to have the time to learn this, master it, and then go back and actually teach it in my classroom? It was a little overwhelming day one, and I had a lot of unanswered questions. And like I do with things like that, I just kind of put it aside and sat on it for a few days, and then a couple days later it kind of hit me. You know, it's just one day at a time, and we don't have to go in day one and do everything. It's one step at a time and one app at a time. It doesn't all have to happen at once, and best of all, I think the thing that's really appealing is that the students and I will be learning together. I've noticed in my career that that's when the magic really happens, and that's when you build that classroom community. They're going to rely on me for the basics, but at the same time, I'm going to rely on them to help one another and to help me, and in the process, we're all learning together. So that was my big aha moment, and I began to see the bigger picture, and I actually said to my husband, I said, you know, this is huge. No, I mean, it's big. I mean, this has the potential to really change the face of education, and I, as well as my colleagues, we need to step up and really take on this challenge. Day 2 and 3 training was a time to explore new apps, tablet tools, learning management systems. I learned about Flipboard from Tamika, QR codes, podcast, vodcast, Moodle versus Edmodo, Animoto, Symbaloo, on, and it was a real valuable use of time because I felt like we were able to explore and personalize these resources for our own classrooms at the same time working at our own pace. It was also nice to work in a professional learning community with other grade level teachers from other schools, and that allowed us to begin that dialogue about connecting these resources to the curriculum we teach. I'm not an advanced techie, and most of what I've learned about technology has come from my teammates in the past year or two. And until the training week, I think I had just very limited experience with integrating technology aside from the usual taking your kids to the computer lab to do research or publishing a product, and then it was even difficult to get in the lab some days. It was difficult to have a further vision than that because we just didn't have the resources, but now it's a different picture, and I, as well as many others from what I've seen, are very inspired and excited. Through the trainings, I now have an online presence and a greater understanding of these tools. I could go in today and use the interactive functions with my students. I'm ready to build lessons with Playlist and Edmodo. And what I'm excited about is allowing students a greater choice of student products. I mean, there's just a whole lot more out there that we can do with these tablets. During day 2 and 3 training, I was really able to see the spread of novice to advanced in teachers from my own school as well as others. And did some struggle? Absolutely, and some didn't. Was there reluctance? Of course, and I think you're going to get that when you ask people to change, especially something that is this big. Did I hear any complaints? No. What I saw is everyone was very eager and willing to learn. And then it's kind of like this. Everyone has to work at their own pace just like the kids, and it's almost a metaphor for what happens in the classroom daily. Some are going to take it and run with it, while others are going to need to dip their feet in little by little. And the students go through that every day when they enter our classrooms. We're learning brand new concepts this summer just like they are. So you're going to have some high achievers, you're going to have strugglers, and we just have to be patient and persevere with those that need a little extra help, as well as balance that with high expectation. And I'll admit there are moments when the magnitude of the initiative seems overwhelming, but that's when you just stop and remember one day at a time, one step at a time, one app at a time. It doesn't all have to happen at once. This initiative has really excited me and inspired me to the point of really wanting to put myself and my experience with personalized learning out there and to document it. So this summer I started a blog, which I've never done before and had no idea how to do, but with a little poking around I was able to figure it out. And that blog is going to document my journey from the very beginning. It's in beginning stages. I talk a lot about the trainings, and I'm hoping to actually do some teaching videos and upload those as well. I'd like to give the board my site if they're interested in following that along with me. It's www.ampjourneywithjoy, that's A-M-P, Journey with Joy, all one word, .blogspot.com. I just have to say I'm truly excited to be part of the PACE initiative. Thank you.